Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another Axel 72 video. This is the new start of what my prediction is going to be like for probably the next few months. Hope it's not anything that's too bad for you lot. I'm going to be trying my absolute best. Like I say, I might miss some big predictions, but for the most part, I'm going to be trying my best. And so we're just going to be doing a prediction for the Teraji versus Akui fight, including the undercard with the other world title fights included. And so we'll start off just by, these are going to be quite short, quite quick fire predictions compared to what you're used to on this channel. But we'll start off with Iwata versus Santiago for that of the WBO World Light Flyweight title. I believe that Iwata is going to be able to win via KO in round 10. Last time out, he put on a very destructive performance versus Noriega, which I really didn't expect. I thought Noriega would be able to cause him much more problems, but he just completely dominated and destroyed him, and he's becoming that big knockout type artist. And Santiago has his own level of power. Obviously he's got a few losses on his record, but he's never been stopped. I believe Iwata, like I say, is on a very destructive run. I think he can be the first person to stop Santiago and make a statement in that way. And I feel like, I don't believe that Santiago can stand and trade with Iwata and have that level of success, because he also just misses too much when he's in close as well, and it's just, in my opinion, a recipe that's just not going to be able to work. And I think this is a very necessary matchup for Iwata, because Iwata obviously fought Gonzalez and then lost, and then Gonzalez went to beat Santiago for the original WBO title, for then Gonzalez to go on to then vacate it. So I feel like this is a relevant fight to have. But who could be next for Iwata if he does beat Santiago? Then Gonzalez, that rematch could happen if Gonzalez is willing to come back down. Obviously the whole thing with Olascuaga didn't seem to go too well, so maybe he might be wanting to come back down. Yabuki could be a great unification fight out in Japan between two Japanese champions at the moment, and Yabuki's coming off that excellent win versus Nonchinga. Or Shuganob, that could happen. He's top contender. He's only ever lost once versus Nonchinga, and so he's on a good run with stopping fighters out in Philippines, so that could definitely happen as well. Moving on now to speak about Olascuaga versus Kyoguchi, that for the WBO World Flyweight title. This is what I believe to be an excellent matchup, but I believe that Olascuaga will win via KO in round 6. I believe that Kyoguchi may have kind of been exposed just from the Teraji fight alone, but he's gone. He's had a trilogy fight last time out, and won via unanimous decision. It was a very good contest and a competitive contest, but it was against a lesser opponent. And I think Olascuaga is really getting into his groove and showcasing his skills at the highest of levels now, where obviously he had the blimp in the road versus Teraji, so yet again this is another fight that definitely makes sense to happen. But I do believe that Kyoguchi can't stand in the pocket with Olascuaga, similarly to that of Iwata versus Santiago. But Olascuaga just punches everywhere so quickly, creates all the angles, finds all the openings, them screw uppercuts. I think it's just going to be a long night for Kyoguchi, and I think obviously he will get stopped. And in general, I think Kyoguchi is weaker as a whole than that of Olascuaga, and he can be beaten to the punch much easier. And then who Olascuaga go on to fight next? I mean, Teraji versus Akui. The winner of that, that could set up for a excellent unification fight. The winner of that possibly a rematch for Olascuaga versus Teraji maybe. Or Camacho, that could be a good fight. Or Sandoval promoted by Golden Boy, highly ranked. Again, could be another good matchup. And then moving on to the main event, that being Teraji versus Akui, that being for the WBA and WBC World Flyweight titles. I'm very happy to see this fight happening. I feel like it's about time that we see these unifications happen in these lower weight divisions versus fellow Japanese fighters, and this is, I feel like, just the start of it. Teraji, of course, has the makings to be, the star, one of the stars in Japanese boxing, and he's kind of along there alongside Nakatani and Inoue, just kind of isn't maybe getting the credit that he deserves. But I believe that Teraji is going to be able to win by unanimous decision. I think that Teraji can outpace Akui. I think he can see Akui just coming forwards the whole fight. Teraji fights much better on the back foot than that of anybody that Akui's faced before. I don't think Akui can just pour out a jab and just follow his opponent round like he did last time and have so much success, because Teraji will walk him on, time him onto a big shot, and Akui does just stand straight up and can and probably will just receive it. And so yeah, inevitably I think Teraji is going to be able to win by unanimous decision. I'm going to give Akui the credit for his chin. I believe he's going to be able to, stand up, stay up to the shots, but still Teraji absolutely destroyed his opponent last time out, so we'll have to wait and see if he can do that again, even though, to be fair, he did get hurt a little bit at times, so possibly Akui might be able to hurt him, but I just don't see they'll be able to do that enough. Then who Teraji could go on to fight, of course, like I mentioned, the winner of Olascuaga vs Kyoguchi, that could still happen, or Yafai. I mean, Yafai is somebody who is still, in and about it. He's ranked very highly now with the WBC, so that most definitely could happen as well. Or Rivera, somebody else who's ranked very highly and is being backed by Matchroom. Perhaps we could see a Teraji moving over to like a Riyadh season to then fight a Matchroom fighter. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Like I say, this will probably be the format in which you might have to get used to for the upcoming videos. But I hope you did enjoy. Like videos, didn't you? Like video, subscribe if you're new.